On February 15th, 2018, the British newspaper The Guardian ran a long story called "Why Silicon Valley Billionaires Are Prepping for the Apocalypse in New Zealand." The piece was really an expose of libertarian co-founder of PayPal, Peter Thiel. And when I say libertarian, I mean libertarian in the spirit that cats are libertarians. You know, cats walk around and they claim they don't need anything, they don't need anybody, they certainly don't need your attention, and then take away their bowl for one day and they throw a screaming, falling down fit. That's libertarians. They think they don't need anything except themselves. They're completely self-sufficient, except for depending, of course, upon the monetary system and civilization for their food and every other aspect of their lives. But I digress. The story about why Silicon Valley billionaires focuses on Peter Thiel and his decision to buy approximately 500 acres of property on the South Island of New Zealand. He did that in 2011. I suspect he was familiar with my work. He says he was influenced by a manifesto, The Sovereign Individual, published in 1997, which describes the collapse of this set of living arrangements. And he obviously thinks that he'll have a long time to live there. For a while, that was consistent with my message. I believed early on, when I was writing and speaking about abrupt climate change, that places in the deep south, near Antarctica, such as the South Island of New Zealand, would have up to 15 years longer with habitat for humans than places in the northern hemisphere or near the equator, where I am today. And throughout this entire time, I was encouraging people who asked me where they ought to go, that they should go right here. They should go inside. They should go into their hearts. They should live as if they're dying. They shouldn't live as if there's some escape from the collapse of civilization. Well, now we know, based on knowledge of global dimming and the absence of global dimming once civilization collapses, that in the not very distant future after that, there won't be a human being on the planet. Given the near-term demise of ice in the Arctic Ocean, the consequent abrupt heating of the planet to result, the almost immediate loss of habitat for human animals on Earth in the absence of an ice-free Arctic, it seems that spending your billions of dollars to buy citizenship in 477 acres on the South Island of New Zealand is a little misguided to me. But hey, I guess if you have that kind of money, you can buy a bolt hole here and a bolt hole there and figure it out as you go along in your private jet. In any event, for the rest of us non-libertarian billionaires, I'd recommend that we still focus on what's important to us in our final days, because we are approaching them. For me, that means pursuing excellence and pursuing love, and that's what I encourage other people to do as well. To first and foremost, go here. Figure out who you are, what you want to be in your final days. At the edge of extinction, only love remains.